Hello friends, welcome to this practical course on STAADPro software. In this lecture, I will show you step-by-step procedure on how to perform response spectrum analysis in STAADPro Connect Edition. So the first step is, before going forward with the response spectrum analysis, you need to first perform the linear static analysis, that is nothing but the equivalent static method, and you need to note down the values of base shear in both the directions. So since we have already performed the equivalent static method in our previous lectures, so first I would suggest you to go through those lectures. I have explained that in lecture number 15 and 27 of this playlist. So in our case, the base shear in x direction comes out to be 1510.3 kilonewton and base shear in the z direction is 1396.46 kilonewton. Now the next step is add the response spectrum load in both the directions and lump 100% of the dead load and 25% of the live load in EQX load case and replace the direction y with x and z respectively and remove the negative sign. So let me show you how this is done in STAADPro. So first of all, delete these loads that we have added for the linear static analysis, since we are going to add the response spectrum loads. Now click on EQ plus X and click on this add button. Click on response spectra. Select the code as IS1893 part 1 2016. Select the combination method as CQC. Select the subsoil class as medium soil and select the direction as X, and here you need to input the value of Z divided by 2R. So in our case, the Z is the zone factor, which is 0.16 divided by 2 into R, that is nothing but 2 into the response reduction factor, that is nothing but 5. So 0.16 divided by 2 into 5, that is nothing but 0.016, and input the scale here as 1 and select on this missing mass option and click on add. So here you can see that we have added the response spectrum. Similarly, you can define the response spectrum for EQ minus X as well. So click on response spectra, select the code as IS1893 part 1 2016, combination method as CQC, here 0.016, scale as 1, and select the soil as medium. Similarly, we will define the response spectrum in Z direction. So now tick on this Z, again input here 0.016, scale will be 1, and the subsoil class will be medium soil. Similarly, we can define response spectrum in EQZ minus as well. Once you have defined the response spectrum, now we need to add the seismic weight. So open the command file. First of all, copy all the dead loads. First, we are going to lump the dead loads, that is 100% of the dead load. So copy all the dead load. Click on this load case number 1, that is EQ plus X, and paste all the copied dead load above the response spectrum that we have defined. So first of all, I will write here lumping in X direction. First of all, we will lump the loads in the X direction. In that, dead load lumping, and paste it over here. After pasting, you need to remove the negative sign and replace y with x. Similarly, you can repeat the procedure for other loads as well. That is, remove the negative sign and replace gy with gx. Once you are done with that, copy all the live loads from load case R2 and paste it below the dead load lumping. So here, right here, live load lumping, and paste all the loads and repeat the similar procedure. But here what we need to do is we need to lump only 25% of the live loads. So instead of gy it will be gx, and instead of 8.46, what we need to do is we need to write 25% of 8.46. So 0.25 multiplied by 8.46, that is 2.115. So here it will be 2.115. Replace gy with gx, and instead of 2 kN per meter square of live load, we will write over here 25% of 2. So that is 0.5. Now once we have lumped the loads in the x direction, we can repeat the similar procedure and we will lump the loads in the z direction. So what we will do is, to simplify this copy and paste procedure, we will use the help of word file. So first of all, copy all the loads that we have lumped in the x direction, open a blank word file and paste it over here, and press Ctrl H from the keyboard and replace all the X letters with the Z. So we are not doing it manually, word file is doing it for us. Now select all, copy and paste it below the X loads. Now we have lumped the loads in X and Z direction. Now we are ready to run the analysis. So the third step is, after running the analysis, we need to check, first of all, we need to make sure that at least 90% of the modes contribute to total seismic mass as per clause 7.7.5.2 of IS 1893 part 1 2016. So let me show you this clause in the code. So it is clearly mentioned in the code, the number of modes NM to be used in the analysis for the earthquake shaking along a considered direction should be such that sum of the total modal masses of these modes considered is at least 90% of the total seismic mass. So let's check in our analysis how much modes are contributing. So open the analysis output file, click on content and click on this participation factor option. Here you can see that in the x direction the modal participation factor is 90.909%, which is more than 90%. So we are okay with it in the x direction. Now let's check in the z direction. Here you can see that the first participation factor is for the EQ plus x direction, since the first load case response spectrum that we have defined is in the EQ plus x. Similarly, second response spectrum will be EQ minus x. The third load case will be EQ plus z, and for the fourth load case is here EQ z minus. So in the output file, to check the modal participation factor in the z direction, that is for the EQ z plus direction, we'll check the third participation factor. So double click on this. In the z direction, you can see that the modal participation factor is 89.279%, which is less than 90%. So what we need to do here is, we need to first increase the number of modes. You can see that by default the STAAD considers only 6 modes. So let's increase the number of modes. In order to do that, open the command file, and below this unit feet kilonewton, right here, cut off modes, let's say 100. So what we are doing is, we are defining 100 modes. Now let's rerun the analysis. Open the output file, and check the participation factor in EQ plus Z direction. Now you can see that STAAD is considering 100 modes, and for the 100th mode, the modal participation factor is 99.998%, which is more than 90%. So we are good with it. The second point that we need to make sure is that base shear generated using the response spectrum analysis should be at least greater than or equal to the base shear generated using the equivalent static method as per clause 7.7.3 of IS 1893. If it is not matching, then we need to apply the scale factor to match the value. So let me show you this clause as well. So here you can see that it is clearly written, dynamic analysis may be performed by either the time history method or the response spectrum method. When either of the methods is used, the design base shear VB estimated shall not be less than the design base shear VB bar calculated using the fundamental period, that is nothing but using the equivalent static method. When VB is less than VB bar, the force quantities shall be multiplied by the scale factor, that is nothing but VB bar divided by VB. So what is the meaning of this is that, for example, if you are getting a base shear value of 100 kilonewton as per the linear static analysis and a base shear of, let's say, 50 kilonewton as per the response spectrum analysis, then you need to apply a scale factor of 100 divided by 2, that is nothing but 100 divided by 50, that is nothing but 2. So to match the base shear of the response spectrum analysis. So let's check what we are getting in our analysis. Open the output file. First of all, we will check the base shear as per base shear for the x direction. So click on the participation factor, scroll down. Here you can see that the total CQC shear in the x direction is 183.04 kilonewton. and the base shear that we have computed in as per the equivalent static method or the linear static analysis in the x direction, it is 1510.3 kilonewton. So what we need to do is we need to scale up the base shear of the response spectrum method in order to match this value. So let's do that. So what will be our scale factor in the x direction? That is nothing but base shear as per the equivalent static method, that is 1510.3 and divide by this value, that is 183.04. So that will come out to be 8.2498. You can see that STAAD has given the note that the base shear from the response spectrum analysis is less than the base shear calculated using the empirical formula for fundamental time period. So that is why we need to multiply the scale factor, which is given by clause 7.7.3a 8.2498. Similarly, you can check the scale factor that we need to apply in the z direction as well. Scroll down. Here you can see that in the z direction we need to apply scale factor of 5.96. So let's add these scale factors in our analysis. So click on loading button. Click on EQ plus X. Double click on our response spectrum load case. So now instead of 1 in the x direction, scale factor that we need to apply is 8.2498. So here it will be 8.2498. And in the z direction it will be 5.9610. So first of all, modify this. Double click on EQ plus Z and here it will be 5.9610. Modify this. Similarly, you can add the scale factor in EQ minus X and EQ minus Z as well. And let's again rerun the analysis and check what base shear we are getting in the response spectrum analysis. Open the output file. Let's check the total CQC base shear. That is nothing but the response spectrum base shear. So now you can see that we have scaled up the base shear to match the equivalent static base shear or the base shear as per the linear static analysis. So that's all for this video. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe and press the bell icon to stay updated. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.